Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. This is going to be a fun one today. This is going to be a fun one. I feel like makeup trends are constantly changing, and sometimes we don't want to change our techniques because we like the things that we're doing. We like the stuff. But there are certain makeup techniques that I have been doing for a long time that I've decided I'm going to abandon. I'm absolutely done. I'm abandoning them. I just don't like it anymore. I'm just not a fan. And I don't know if it's because the trends are changing or if it's just because I'm realizing it doesn't really look great on my face. I don't know really. But yeah, so there are certain makeup techniques that I'm switching out. But the reason why I really want to make this a live chat is because we all have different shaped faces. We all have different skin types and skin tones and all of that and different preferences. So I think that we're all going to have different opinions about what makeup trends we're going to hold on to and which ones we're going to abandon. So that's why we have here the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as people that are here in live chat. I believe you're seeing their chattingness over here. Hopefully, as long as things work well. If you are watching this right after we finish, the chat probably won't be there. But if you wait about 15 minutes, the chat should show up. I have it enabled so that it does show up on the replay because it just wouldn't be fun without the people that are here live. But if you are watching this on the replay, just know that you can also participate by typing down in the comment section the things that you're reacting to. You don't have to worry about keeping it to one comment. You can comment multiple times. It's actually really good for the YouTube algorithm when I get lots of comments. So if you feel like you want to comment as you're watching, like, please go for it. Like, enjoy, have fun. So we're going to have fun today. Let me go ahead and quickly say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain because they're the ones who are going to have the big input on this topic. So hello to Liz. So good to see you. Hi, Paula. Hi, Andrea. Hello, Diana. Hi, Teresa and the rest of the mod squad. Thank you for being here and for moderating. Really appreciate it. Teresa says, hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Please like and share this video to help Jen. Thank you so much. That's kind of you. Hello, Yasu Cherry. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Catherine. Hello to my husband, John, who is also moderating. Hi, Casey and Sherry and Tish and Saucer Jess in the house, Tracy and Leslie from Thriving and Beyond. Really appreciate you being here. Hello to Libby. She says, happy Sunday. I've missed the last few, so I'm happy to be here today. Welcome back, Libby. Really happy to have you here. And good morning to Roya and Kim and the makeup nurse. There's so many wonderful people here. Oh my goodness, Kaylee is in Abu Dhabi. Wow. Welcome. Thank you for being here. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. I could just say good morning, romper room style, just for the entire chat. All right. So first, I was thinking about my face last night. I'm laying in bed thinking about my face. And I was like, okay, so going from like the base, like up, like, what are some things that I'm not doing anymore? And one thing I stopped doing is I stopped putting powder, pressed powder or loose powder all over my face to set my face. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of, but that was the first note I took at midnight last night as I was trying to plan out for chat for today. I've learned that I really like powder under my eyes, on my chin, on my nose, and the middle of my forehead. But I feel like out here, I kind of like it to be a little more glowy. Like, I don't mind. And I don't feel like it helps my makeup last longer. I don't feel like maybe, I don't know. I guess it depends on the powder. It's like, I don't want to say something and then be like, did I really truly test that? Did I really test that? I don't know if it makes my makeup last longer or not, but it's like, it's not worth it to me to like, I don't know. I haven't noticed a significant fading where I'm not powdering. There we go. Let's say something that I know for 100%. But yeah, I stopped powdering all over my face. And I think that was due to Robert Welch. I think that he was the first person I saw that said, you don't have to powder your whole face. I'm like, you don't have to do that? Because I feel like when I learned how to do makeup on YouTube, I knew like little things, but I didn't know a lot about makeup when I started on YouTube. I was just kind of getting into it. And I just kind of followed what beauty gurus were telling me to do, that this is what you do. And I didn't realize it. Makeup nurse says, I did test the setting powder and it didn't make that much of a difference. Good to know. Thank you so much for that. Liz likes my shirt. This all my goofy shirts. I stopped wearing them when it was cold down here, but all my goofy shirts are from TeePublic. Hashtag not sponsored. I just really like their website. Wait till they have the sales though. They have 30 or 40% sales off all the time. Like, do not buy these shirts at full price. It's not, unless you need it like right now. But if you don't know this, it's from Hamilton. Okay, here we go. Mari says those of us with oily skin can't get away with that. And that makes perfect sense because a lot of times those powders have oil absorbing properties in them that help skin to stay matte all day. See, for me, I'm just trying to take away the shine of the foundation that I'm using because my skin doesn't get oily through the day. So yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much, is it Mari or Mary? Hopefully is it Mari? Did I get it right? Hopefully. I don't want to say your name wrong, so let me know, and hopefully I'll see it. If not, I'll see it on the replay if I don't see it right now. Thriving and Beyond, Leslie says, I'm really trying to embrace a more natural finish in my foundation. I'm used to a matte finish due to having combo skin in the past, but I have normal skin now. There you go. And I do feel like as we get older, our skin type changes a bit. I used to have combo skin way back in the day, but that disappeared in like my mid 20s where I just didn't have oily or dry skin like at all. Like I don't know if it was considered combo though, because I didn't have dry skin. It was more like I was oily in my T-zone, but not anywhere else. So I don't know if that would be, I guess it's combo because it was like normal and oily in different places. But that was pre-YouTube days. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we kind of have to evolve our makeup techniques if our skin changes. Some people it changes and some people it doesn't. Darky's Makeup Science, hello. I only use setting powder in the under eye area and the leftover sticky spots after I finish the contour, bronze, blush, etc. If I'm not wet, then no powder. There you go. That makes sense. I mean, I think we have to do what looks best on us and what we feel comfortable with. All right, let me scroll all the way down because I'm about to switch to the next thing. The Violet December says, I even stopped setting my under eye concealer with powder, which would have been unheard of. Unheard of. How many years ago? 5 years ago, like on beauty YouTube, right? That was like, you have to set your concealer. Oh my gosh, if you don't, the world is going to explode. Yeah, Elizabeth says the same thing. I've been doing less powder, especially if I'm using cream products. I have combo skin, oily T-zone, so that is where I powder. That makes sense. All right, so the next thing that I stopped doing is, do you remember when brow pomades were like a huge deal? Like ABH made that like brow pomade, and KVD, when it was Kat Von D Beauty, they did the brow pomade thing. They did all the funky colors too. They had like a blue brow pomade and all that stuff. I never liked brow pomades. I never liked the way I looked with block brows. I only did it because I thought I was supposed to. I never liked that trend. I'm very much more a fan of the feathered brows, like the more messy brows. I remember when that was a trend, the block brows. I used to get so many comments. This was, of course, pre-pandemic. Why don't you go get your eyebrows done? Blah, blah, blah. I have not gotten my eyebrows done since probably 2019. And I haven't got a comment about not getting my eyebrows done. I barely even do my eyebrows anymore. It might be because I'm getting older too, that my hair just isn't growing back as much. But yeah, I mean, I don't get those comments anymore. I like my eyebrows the way they are. Like, I don't like, even when I zoom in on my eyebrows and I have little hairs here, I don't get comments like that anymore of people being like, tweeze your eyebrows. Like, it's been literal years since I got a comment about that. And I'm very thankful because I like the more natural brow. Like, I like to fill in my brows, but I don't like them to look like blocks, like, you know, like a cartoon character, because it looks like a cartoon character on me. I think I want to be clear, it looks beautiful on some other people. Like, if you like the block brows and you like the way it looks on you, absolutely go for it. I'm not judging you. Like, I think it looks great on some people. I just feel like it doesn't look good on my personal face. So, oh, back on the powder thing. Heba Not MUA says, I have a small beauty IG account, and when I made a reel about powder not being necessary, I was attacked. No, really? They attacked you? Well, you know, I got your back. I got your back. I will virtually fight for you. That's messed up. Yeah, Holly says wearing masks has made my makeup much more natural and I really like it. Yeah, that's a really good point too. Absolutely. Oh, Casey says, OMG, yes, brow pomades are the devil. LOL. Like, do they even make them anymore? I'm assuming they do, because I'm assuming some people still use them. Like, I would imagine. Elizabeth says, oh my God, my husband posted a Facebook memory where I had block brows, and I don't know why I ever did that. I looked nuts. Because it was the trend. It was the thing everybody was doing. And like, I remember, I forget was it Jackie's tutorial maybe? Where it was beautiful. Like how she did it looked incredible. Like where it was a little lighter here and then it blocked it out there. There are a bunch of people that had tutorials like that. I think it might have been Jackie, the one I'm thinking of in my brain. But yeah, I mean, there are makeup artists that could do it so well. I couldn't do it. It ended up looking like straight up cartoon brows. Like I just painted them on. Sorojan says, I'm very oily, but still use less powder lately. I usually gets cakey when it absorbs all the oil and looks worse. That's a good point. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, Catherine says my eyebrows look great. Thank you. Yes, exactly, Mary. Bringing back the 80s brows, the Brooke Shields brows with the feathering. Like that's straight up Brooke Shields brows. And I'm not hating it like at all. Not hating it. Carrie Nail says, I'm 41. I'm still trying to figure out my eyebrows. I know, and it's okay. It's all right. It's totally okay. You know, my favorite brow pencil was actually set in PR by Makeup by Mario. That has been the best eyebrow pencil I have ever used. It is so easy to use, but it also has to do, I think, with my, like how thick my brows are. If I had thinner brows, I probably wouldn't like it as much because it's like a little bit thicker of a tip. It's like one of those flat, more like, I don't know, flat tips or whatever. Let me get it. Hold on. Right here. Oh, wrong drawer. I freaking love this thing. Like, I didn't think I would like die over an eyebrow pencil. I was like, it's a freaking eyebrow pencil. But I love the little clicky thing on the side. I've talked about this before. If you watch the channel a lot, this is probably repetitive. But like, so it's got like a tip like that. And it just goes on so easily. And it like when you brush it out with the spoolie on the other side, it just doesn't brush away. Like it just blends it. It's perfect. It's such a perfect formula. I love it so much. Yes. John says people need to watch John McClane. They're an excellent British MUA, amazing. I wish John McClane uploaded more often. I get ASMR from John McClane. Like there's something about John McClane's voice that just like, and the film. I love when they say film. I love it so much. Oh, thank you, Heba. I appreciate that. I have naturally well-shaped brows. I only use transparent brow gel now. My name is pronounced Heba, not Heba. Thank you so much. I have a neighbor named Heba that spells it the same way you do, so I just need to change that in my brain for you. Thank you, Heba. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Casey says I fell victim to the block brow from ABH dip brow too. I'm so into the feathered natural look now. Yeah, me too. And then Sandra says, I don't like the look of brow pomade. I'm in my 50s. I prefer feathery brows using a dark brown on my gray brows. Yes. Yes, see, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I don't have gray brows yet. My brows are still brown, but like John, okay, so I'm using Hair AF by Gerard Cosmetics. So I wanted John to take before pictures of my hair, and we were in the bathroom and I looked at the pictures and my hair is so gray. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can show you one of the pictures of my, let me see right here. Can you see that? Like how gray my hair is from the top view? Like what? I didn't realize it was that gray because I feel like it doesn't look that gray from the front. Like, oh, my brother's texting me. All right. But like, I don't know, man. It's real gray. Like, whoa, dude, when did that happen? But I don't have gray in my brows yet, so we'll have to see. All right, now I need to go back over to the things. Okay, so the next one, this one you're going to laugh because this was the thing I think a lot of us did, which is the triangle concealer. Like, I used to legit, like, okay, so I did. You know what I did though is, you know, like Jaclyn Hill used to do the triangle and then color it in and then blend it. I never went that far with it, I don't think. Maybe I did. Maybe I tried it. But like, I don't know. Why did we use so much concealer? Like, did we really need that much concealer? Like, really and truly. So, I think I remember doing, like, just, like, an outline of the triangle and then blending it. But I don't know. I can't remember because I haven't watched, like, my old, like, I don't usually watch, like, my old demos and stuff. But, like, I feel like that was way too much. Like, who needs that much? I don't know. Like, maybe it's just because I don't need that much that I don't get it, but if I feel like even if you have dark circles, like, maybe putting less on and then building it would be better, but I don't know. I don't know, but I don't do that anymore. Now I just put a dot. I put one dot here, and then I blend it either with a sponge, a brush, on my fingertips. It's just whatever I feel like doing. If I have a brush, I might use a brush. If I have a sponge and I feel like going to go wet it, I will use that. Sometimes I don't feel like wetting it and I just use it dry because I'm lazy and it still works. Sometimes I just use, like today, I just use my fingertips. I use the Sephora concealer that I bought for that Sephora video and it worked great. And maybe, but I don't have like significant dark circles. So that might be a thing. Like because I don't have significant dark circles, maybe someone with significant dark circles would still use the triangles. So I don't know. But I would love to know what you all are doing as far as concealer goes. All right, Darlene says I'm definitely using less concealer. Jenny says no one needed that much concealer, but I did it too. I think it was just there was a thing about Jaclyn Hill because she's so beautiful. Like I think that at least in my mind, I can't say we all, but in my mind, I felt like if I just do the things that Jaclyn does, I will look like Jaclyn, and I never did. It was never successful. Like never. I never looked like Jaclyn. Did you ever go through that? Like, and it wasn't just Jaclyn, it was like everybody during that like 2016, 2017, 2018 time period. Like it was like I never it never like I tried really hard though. I had a dream last night that I got lip filler and something with my nose, like to like correct my bump. Like they filled like a little bit right here to like straighten this out a little bit. And I looked in the mirror and I looked damn good. I don't even think I look like me anymore though. So I don't know what that means. I did look like me. I just had really big, juicy lips, even though I like my lips. Anyway, that's so off topic. That's ADHD holding on. But my point is that I feel like, you know, back then I saw because I was on YouTube, and I don't know if you felt like this, whether you have a channel or not, like I did everything that I could to model the people that were doing really well, but that didn't necessarily do well for me. Because either I couldn't do the technique because I just wasn't as talented as they were, or because I didn't have the same face shape, or I just didn't need it, you know? And I followed it anyway, trying, thinking that was the thing I was supposed to do. Because the thing was, if I didn't do the techniques that people were doing that were popular, people would roast me in my comment section, like I was saying about the block brows. So it was a very conflicting time. I'm glad it's not like that anymore. I'm so glad. I really do think that Robert Welsh changed things. I do. I feel like he was a game changer in shifting us over to a different way of doing makeup. I really do. Oh, Apple Pie says, I never did that because it wasn't flattering on me. Well, good for you for not falling for it. I fell for it. Leslie says, with concealer, often less is more. I never did the triangle thing. I'd look like I had on 15 layers. Yeah, I tried it. I definitely did. The road traveled. I use a dot of Becca color corrector and 3 dots of NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer now. And I think another thing that we were kind of indoctrinated into thinking is that we had to constantly change what we were using. And like, if you find something that works for you, like color corrector and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, why not do that all the time? Why switch it if it's working, right? Hi, Audra. I was hoping you'd be able to make it. That concealer trick was taken from drag, hence the amount of the triangle. That makes perfect sense. And that is a whole nother look. Like I feel like drag is meant for the stage. You know what I mean? Like I feel like drag is meant for bright lights and, you know, performance. And, you know, when you're going to the grocery store, it's not, you know, maybe won't look as good as if you were going on a stage under a bunch of bright lights. That makes perfect sense. Thank you, Audra. All right, let's go on to the next one because, oh, let's see. Yes, yes, let's go on to the next one. No, wait, yes. Okay, we have one more before the break. Brow highlight. That's another thing. I should have said that after the brow thing, but brow highlighting. I stopped doing that. I realized I didn't see any difference really. Like it didn't really do anything for me. I have a couple of brow products that are brow highlight products where you like put it like right here and it's supposed to like lift your brow. But I think because my brows have a natural arch, I never really needed it, but I did it anyway because everybody else was doing it. If the people on YouTube, if Manny Hemingway jumped off a cliff, would you jump off too? Back then the answer is yes, probably. I mean, I just feel like things have changed so much. They've changed so much. Jen says I never use a lot of concealer. I think maybe I'm not good at blending. Always looked bad on me. I don't know. You mean that's the thing is it's like, is it because the technique just doesn't work on your face, or is it because we just aren't good at it? Like, I don't know. And for me, it could be either. It could be either. I don't know. That was why I loved when I did my travel makeup series when I went and collabed with a bunch of different YouTubers. I hung out with Risa Does Makeup and I hung out with Bailey Sarian and Leisha from X Sparkage, and they did looks on me. We like it was amazing. And they taught me so much about makeup techniques. Like Leisha taught me how to do a cut crease. Bailey taught me how to properly do my eyeshadow without bringing it down here. And Risa taught me about concealer and foundation and contouring. And it was like, I feel like they really like helped me. And in this situation where it's like, maybe I'm not good at blending, it's like maybe this whole time I just needed someone to teach me how to do it? So yeah, it's like I wish there was like you remember Sephora had classes? Like it would be really cool if they had classes where like you had like an actual like they had like their top not actual but they had their top makeup artists that were working there like teach classes on how to do things, and the people would go maybe to like a central office in the state and they would get trained and then they would come back and they would teach the classes, where they would have like the top Sephora, people or whatever in the company and they would travel all over the country and teach these classes to Sephora employees. And the Sephora employees would take that back and teach it in the store, and like maybe do, quarterly trainings or something. I don't know. Like it maybe like even like a convention or something. You know what I mean? To like train their Sephora employees on how to do certain things. And they could even videotape it and then have like a digital copy of it where they could distribute that for people, maybe there's turnover in the store or whatever. Because I feel like a lot of us could benefit from having somebody that actually knows what they're doing teach us how to do things. Like when I spent time with Bailey and she taught me not to like windshield wiper my eyeshadow all the way down to like down here and instead to go out, that changed my freaking life. you know, it changed my life. Jamie says, I can't imagine what some of the influencers look like in person that put so much concealer and powder and all that makeup. I will tell you, I've seen people with the full bead on at events and they're still gorgeous. They're still absolutely gorgeous, but you can definitely tell it's a thick layer of makeup. You can see their texture more if they do have texture. I feel like it still looks beautiful, but at the same time, you can definitely tell that they have a lot of makeup on. Kind of like Audra was saying, like that a lot of these techniques came from drag makeup, that the makeup in person looks more drag-like. It looks less natural than it does on camera. So that's just from me seeing some of the major beauty influencers back then in person. That was my impression. All right, let me scroll down a little bit because I want to make sure I'm getting the things. Oh, Tina from the Fancy Face is here. Hi, Tina. Tina says, I still swipe completely under my eyes. Never did the triangle bit. Yeah, and I think that it's definitely going to be based on your own personal preferences and what looks good on you. Yeah, but you never did the triangles. I think the idea was it was supposed to highlight, like it was supposed to like, highlight the under eyes to like bring it forward a little bit, almost looking like filler under the eyes. And I think that's what Jacqueline named her under eye product, right? Was like faux filler, because I thought it was faux filter. And I was like, what are we doing here? But it was faux filler under the eye. And I think that was kind of the point, I think, if I remember right. Oh yeah. Leslie says, and don't forget Mario, makeup by Mario, or maybe even what's his name? Scott Barnes might have promoted the triangle concealer trend too. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. I remember not Scott Barnes. I know Makeup by Mario when he did the Kim. Well, you know what Mario said though is the contouring on Kim that went viral. That was supposed to be a joke. That was not supposed to be real. It was supposed to be a joke, he said. So, but it took off. It sure didn't take off. I can imagine them sitting down like, people are actually doing this. Maybe that's where a lot of the bigger beauty gurus got it from, was from Mario and Kim, maybe. And Kim's such a trendsetter. Audra says, I use the triangle because it's not just dark circles. A lot of Black people have hereditary deep set eyes. It's used to lift the area as a whole. Don't put foundation over it, though. You don't put foundation over your concealer? Do you put the foundation on first and then the concealer? I just watched your video that you just did on the Danessa Myricks foundation, and I can't remember. It's never something I've made a mental note of what order you do your concealer and foundation, because that would be hard for me to not, if I put the concealer on first and not go over. By the way, you should watch Audra's Danessa Myricks foundation video. It was very good. But yeah, I'll have to rewatch that because I didn't make a mental note of what order you do that. Interesting. Well, I guess, yeah, because that makes sense, because you would put the concealer on first and then the foundation. That makes sense. No, but you don't put the foundation over it. My brain is mushy goo, apparently. Yeah, Poppy says, I have significant genetic dark circles, but never use the triangles. I just drew. Oh, it just drew more attention to them. Gotcha. All right. So it is 10:30. So let's take a quick break. And let's talk about what's on my face today. So foundation is the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. And the concealer is the Sephora concealer from that video that I did. I did like a Sephora brand review video. And then on my eyes today, I wanted to play with like liquid and cream shadows, and I hadn't used my Auric shadows in a really long time. I just don't reach for them. I'm not sure why, but I don't reach for them. But I use this one. This is in the shade Temper. That's what's on the outer corner here. And I blended it up into my crease. And then on my lid, that was all this. Let's see, that's purchased. This is purchased too. This is the Kosas. This is their liquid eyeshadow in the shade Simmer. So I use that on the inner corner. And then on the very inner corner, you might be able to see just a little bit. This was PR. This is Boy Tears by Hindash. And I'm still freaking loving this. This is going to show up real high on a favorites and fails next month, but I don't know where yet. I don't know if it's going to be number one. I don't know if it's going to make it there, because I just, did my favorites and fails for last month, but this is going to be up there. This stuff is phenomenal. I love it so much. Okay. So I just want to play with liquid highlighters today and cream highlighters, eyeshadows. So that's what I did today. On my cheeks today, I started off with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I think this is just this is called Light. I used that. It wasn't really showing up very well. I don't know whether it was the way I did my foundation today or whatever. So that was purchased. This is PR. This is the Heaven's Glow Magic Hour Blush by M Cosmetics. And it looks like it is. And M Cosmetics has fantastic blushes. If you want a blush you're never going to run out of, these are fabulous. They're really nice and buildable if you find a shade that you like. But some of them, honestly, like this one, like it doesn't go like... I feel like that not every skin tone is going to be able to, that's going to show up on everybody. Like even if you build it, I don't know how much that's going to show up. I'm not sure though. You have to tell me if you have a different skin tone than me, whether these show up on you or not. But it's a really pretty shade on my skin tone, I feel. And then I'm going with the natural highlighter today, and I use the Essence Pure Nude. If you're looking for a more natural highlighter, this is fabulous. It's very inexpensive, long wearing time, and it's called Be My Highlight. I think it's the only one in this range, I think. Pretty sure. But it's gorgeous. And it just gives like a natural, it's right here. You see that? A little shimmery guy. It's fabulous. And this was purchased. So that, oh, and then on my lips, PR, Sigma, Cinderella lipstick in whatever the Cinderella one was. Creamy liquid lipstick. I don't know what it is because I can't read very small print anymore. But it's this one. It came from the Cinderella collection. And I love it. I love it so much. Okay. So let's keep talking. Let's keep chatting. Greetings to Bulgaria. Good to see you, Danny. All right. Oh, here we go. Darkies Makeup and Skincare, Makeup and Science. Here we go. I just learned better technique for the brow highlight. Was so bad in the past, but if I need that glowy brow, it's a thinner like topper shadow, not opaque white. Gotcha. So like something that's closer to your skin tone and shimmery. Okay, because I used to use white and I did not like it. Did not like it at all. Yeah, because we never really talked about the brow highlight thing. Kimberly says, I still brow highlight a little. It makes my eye look more lifted. And I think that that's really due to just my brow shape. I think that it definitely is something that can lift the brows, 100%. Elizabeth says, I just use a tiny bit of lighter eyeshadow under my brow arch, and only if I feel like it's necessary. Yeah. Heba says, I usually use matte light eyeshadow in my highlight to highlight my brow bone. I look more awake, I think. Nice. Yeah, same thing. Emily says, I still throw a little eyeshadow under the brows every once in a while. Totally. And Mandy, I highlight with a nude shadow and only place it near the arch. Tina, I still highlight my brow. It's really to blend down the shades of my brow bone crease area, which makes perfect sense. Maybe I'll start doing it again because I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it. Poppy says, brow highlight for me depends on the look I'm going for. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Team brow highlight. Yeah. I mean, it's just something I stopped doing, but maybe I should. Maybe I should keep doing it. Interesting. Kitty says, I remember Michelle Phan saying some people like their darker under eyes and it looks good on them. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. It just says I didn't use concealer in that video. Well, that makes sense then why I didn't make mental note of it because it didn't happen. That's why I was like, I don't remember because it didn't happen. That makes sense. Because I like legit just watched that yesterday. Did I list the eye teeth? I don't think so. All right, let's go to the next one. So the next one is eyeshadow technique, doing a halo eye. Do people still do halo eyes? I think they must, but it's like I never really like perfected that technique. I never really like I would say it was successful maybe 75% of the time when I tried it. But the 25%, I had to just take off my makeup and start over. And I wasn't patient enough to like be able to do that at 100% accuracy. I wasn't patient enough because it was just I don't want to be a makeup artist. I just want to like test makeup and have fun with it. So like I never was patient enough to really master the halo eye. I do think it still looks gorgeous, but I do the exact same makeup technique every single time now because I know it's going to come out good. Like I know what I'm doing. I'm at 100% accuracy on it, in my opinion. So like I do the lighter and then mid-tone and then darker out here and blend it up and it works perfectly. You know, darker a little bit here, a little lighter here. That's what I do every time. Same thing. over and over with different colors. And also I feel like if I do the same techniques over and over again, but just change the eyeshadow I'm using, then I can really evaluate the shadow. Like I feel like I can really evaluate because it's the same thing I do all the time. So the only thing I'm changing is the eyeshadow formula that I'm using. And I feel like it makes me a better reviewer to just do that. But I don't know. Maybe that's just all in my head. Not to say that people can't switch up their techniques and be a good reviewer. It's just, I feel like for me, I need to do something that I've mastered in order to review things properly because maybe it's the technique I'm using that makes it look like crap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Tiffany says I always do concealer first, foundation second. I did that for a while and then I stopped and I don't know why. I have no idea why. Yeah, now there's a conversation about which do you do first, foundation or concealer? Yeah. Yeah, Liz says, I only use concealer in my eyes, not foundation. I definitely have days where I do that too, where I just put a little bit of concealer on and no foundation. Or I'll put on like a tinted moisturizer or something and then a little bit of concealer. But what I learned, I was getting ready to film What's Up in Makeup, not this past week, but the week before. I did like a tinted moisturizer and concealer thing. I got under these lights and I was like, I do not look good. Like, I do not like my face, like at all. Like I was looking at myself going, ew, like I don't like the way I look. Like not disgusted, but it was just like, this is not right. So I ended up putting on more foundation and then I ended up liking it. But I think it was just because I was going under the lights because when I was looking in my mirror, I thought it looked great. But as soon as I got under these lights, man, I was like, wasn't a fan, but I fixed it. I fixed it. Emily says, whatever Audra does, I'm going to do. They have the best complexion. I agree. Audra has incredible skin. We talk about that all the time, especially in the sunlight. When you see Audra's skin in the sunlight, it is like glowing goddess. Like, oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. Talking about the what's on my face today. The Violet December, I love Sam, but Auric underwhelmed me. I don't plan to repurchase. I love Sam too, and they're not my favorite products, but I think it's just because Sam and I have very different preferences, and I think that's where it comes from. I do really like her, and I was sad I wasn't digging on them more. I think they're fine products. It's just I feel like they're just not me. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't like that they're not me. I want them to be me. They're beautiful. They're beautiful products. Elizabeth says, I'm not a fan of age-based rules. I'm 43 and finally have the confidence to wear what I want and look how I want. If I want to highlight and I'm going to gloat for the gods. Absolutely, as you should. And I think that, I'm not a fan of age-based rules either. When people say, past a certain age, you shouldn't wear shimmery eyeshadow or whatever. It's like I want to just like stick up a different finger, just like really like wear what you want, wear what makes you feel confident, wear what you like. All right, I'm going to scroll down quite a bit because I want to catch up to where you all are because you all type a lot faster than I can talk. Yeah, Sophie says, I can't do brows first. I always mess them up later and I don't even do much to them. I do primer, foundation, concealer, powder, brows. That's the way that I go. All right. Hi, Betsy. Betsy says, I like Auric's products. I love the shadow sets for a quick eye. Nice. And I know that like there are definitely people that love it. It's just, I'm not like, I really did enjoy, I think, why I think part of it is too, is that they're a little bit darker. Like the shades are a little deeper. And I feel like when I'm doing a single shadow, I want my lid to kind of be the same level of depth as my skin, or a little bit lighter to make my lid pop. And these are a little deeper than my skin, so I feel like it makes my eye kind of sink in a bit, if that makes sense. So like the gray one, I like can't figure out how I like to use it. Like it just I can't get into the black and gray eyeshadow. I think I just need a tutorial. Like I need to just Google it and figure it out and how to make it look good on me. I can't. I can't. I don't know. Hi, Alicia. Alicia says, I'm 53 and I wear shimmer every day, as you should. As you should. Yes, Mary. No glitter on older ladies. Ha! More glitter. Bring on the glitter. 100%. Absolutely. As you should. Hi, Jessica. Jessica says, new to live chat. I think if you compare how influencers used to do a halo eye compared to now, in the past, halo eye resembled somewhat of a cut crease, very technical, cut out, clean lines. That's a really good point, Jessica. Thank you so much for that. Sandra says, damn, nobody can tell me what makeup I should or shouldn't wear. I'm 53 and I love playing with makeup. Amen. Yes, I love that. Love that so much. All right. So the next one is on the same lines as a cut crease. Like Alicia taught me how to do the cut crease, right? And she's such a good teacher. She's amazing. And I think I did it maybe 5 or 6 times after I got back from vacation. And I just didn't have, like, I think it looks great, but it's like I didn't have the patience to do it. Like the extra steps and everything, like I don't know. I still think it looks great, honestly. Like, especially on Instagram, those Instagram looks that are cut creases are freaking gorgeous. I just stopped doing it. I stopped. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Flory says, what's funny is I went a long time without putting makeup on, and now I feel like I totally forgot how to put my makeup on. Well, I'm glad that you're back to putting makeup on. Hopefully you were still doing your nails though, because that's part of Flory and Flory's soul. Hopefully you were still doing your nails, but I know you weren't feeling well for a while. So yeah, I bet you that awesome husband of yours helped you out with your nails. Yeah, there you go. Good point, Betsy. I've seen 25-year-olds with more lid texture than some 50-year-olds. No age limitations. Wear what works for you. Absolutely. And I hate it like when people, like, I feel like this is more of like a TikTok thing where people look at somebody of a certain age and they say, you shouldn't this and you shouldn't that and you shouldn't that. It's like, shut up. Just shut up. Like, you're allowed to your opinion, but just keep it to yourself. Like, nobody wants to hear that. No, you're not helping. You're not. Yes, Flory says, love my 50s girls, bring on the bling. Absolutely, absolutely. Tiffany says, my husband told me a couple years ago that glitter is for teen girls and strippers. Yeah, no, I ripped him apart, as you should have. As you should have. Diana, never got into the cut crease, but I'm loving the new trend of the graphic liner as shadow. That's popular right now. I have not tried it. I am terrified. I am not a good artist. I am not good at drawing. I can make my husband do it. He would be amazing at it. My husband would be amazing at doing graphic liner because that's what he does on tattoos all the time. It's like, you guys, John does like ornamental, like mandala style tattoos. So let me just show you why he would be good at doing that. Okay, so like this is his most recent tattoo. And it's like, yes, that lends itself to being able to do graphic eyeliner because you can create something like that. But yeah, not me so much. I've learned how to do the wing over years and years and years, and I had to build myself up to it. And like today, I feel like they're not exactly even. This one's a little bit higher than this one. No, I'm not doing it, but I love it on other people. I think it's beautiful. Like our makeup artist of the week and What's Up in Makeup this week. Amazing graphic liner. Amazing. All right, I'm gonna scroll down. All right, let's talk about the last one. No, I have a couple more. We're moving along. Like I'm keeping good pace today. I'm doing good. I got 2 left. Okay, so this one is definitely a personal preference thing, and it's bright highlight, like bright from the gods, like glow to the gods highlight. I'm enjoying that like lit from within glow look rather than the shiny highlight. I'm just digging the way that it looks. Like, I like the way my highlight looks today. I like the shine. And I think that's because I think it's just because I'm going for a more natural look overall. Like, my eyeshadow has been more natural. My foundation, I've been switching over in my, non-YouTube life over to more tinted moisturizers and light coverage products. I feel like that's the way the trends are going, is to do like a more natural look. I think that's just part of, what I'm just enjoying right now. I can definitely see myself going back to a brighter highlight at some point. I just feel like I'm kind of done with it. Like, for now, I'm not throwing away my bright highlighters. Don't get me wrong. They're not going in the trash or anything, but I'm really liking that wet look. Like the Hindash product. Like, this is freaking phenomenal. Like, so that's full strength. Of course, it looks like it's, glowing to the gods. But when I blend it in, like, look at that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And again, just to reiterate, that was sent in PR. That's definitely been my favorite thing from the collection so far. But yeah, bright highlight. I'm just not digging it right now. I don't know. I love this. Teresa says, JG3, you should do graphic liner on Jen. Several people have commented. It'd be a fun live chat. That would be fun. But then we wouldn't be able to read very well, because if I'm looking at him and he's looking at me, we're not going to be able to read, like, maybe that would be a good, like, edited video. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be a better edited video, because John is such a perfectionist. I think we would spend a lot of time in silence and we wouldn't be able to read. But
oh, wait, I'd be able to bang that out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, John says he could bang it out in 2 minutes. I don't know. That'd be fun, though.
Hold your face against the table, like.
Like you're tattooing me, like, laying my face down like this, like he's tattooing me. That'd be so funny. But yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe we'll do that as a video. Well, I'll talk to him about it. Hi, Amy. Amy says the key to cut creases is removing the shadow, not adding more concealer primer on top. Really? That is not how I learned to do it, but then don't you have, like, the discoloration, like, from your lid, like, that you're... I need more information about this. That you set up your base, and then you don't put concealer or something. You erase what you did. That's interesting. I've never heard of that, but I believe you that it works. Wow. That just made my brain go, because I've literally never heard of that. Wow. Butterfly Girl 87. Shiny highlight is great for pictures, but in real life, I use them, like ... I use them more like bronzer for a lit within look. Yeah, that's smart. I'm kind of like that too. Leslie, I use Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter or something similar mixed with foundation for an all-over glow, but I don't put highlighter on top of my foundation any longer. Gotcha. Yeah, I tried, like, when we were talking about Auric, I tried the, what's it called? The liquid, her liquid her liquid highlighter stuff. I used that mixed with my foundation once, and because they compare it to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I looked ridiculous. I must have used too much, or I used the wrong foundation with it. Maybe it would look better with a more matte foundation than what I used it with or something. I don't know, but I looked ridiculous. So I'm glad that works for you. I only tried it once, and that was enough for me never to try it again. But maybe I'll try it again and just make sure I use a really matte foundation. Yeah. Hi, D. D says I'm not into those bright highlights either. A subtle glow I love. Yeah, totally. All right. So we have 10 minutes left, and I have one more. And this one was definitely the last one I thought of. And I was thinking, I really feel this in my soul, is contour and bronzer. People ask me all the time when I do, like, the Sephora brand haul, and when I did, buying stuff at Ulta and all of that, I don't buy a contour or bronzer because I think I just don't know how to use it for my face shape. I think I need someone to help me do it on my own face. I don't think a YouTube tutorial is going to help because I've watched a bazillion YouTube tutorials and I feel like sometimes I do really well and sometimes it looks really bad. And it's like, I don't know if I need it. Like, I don't know if I like my face that much better when I'm using it. So is it worth the hassle of doing an extra step of bronzer or contour if when I do it, it may or may not look good? You know what I mean? Kind of like I was saying about the halo eye. It's like I spend all this extra time trying to do it and then I don't like it. That day when when I was saying I did for What's Been Makeup, that I did the lighter coverage foundation, I had done bronzer here and I just hated it. And it was probably my makeup technique, which is why I hated it, but I ended up covering it up because it looked stupid. And I think it was just my techniques. So I don't know. I'm kind of giving up. I did use the butter bronzer today, but I use it like a blush, kind of like layering, doing a little bit of bronzer and then layering the blush almost directly over top of it. And I like the way it looks today, but like as far as like bronzing here and contouring here, I think I'm done. I think I'm quitting. My blush, I think, went a little bit too far forward today. And I think I'm done. Like, I'm just not, at least for now. Maybe when summer hits, I'll feel it a little more. But yeah, this was the next thing I was going to talk about, Betsy, is things that you've stopped doing or things that you just never subscribed to. So like I never got the nose tip Rudolph highlight. I never did either. I remember Laura Lee really like went into that hard. It looked gorgeous on Laura Lee. On me, I could not pull it off. No, I could not. I could not pull it off. Could not. Could not. All right, I'm scrolling down. Oh, Jamie's watching on vacation in New Mexico. I am so thankful that you're spending part of your vacation with me. That is a huge compliment. Thank you for that. Audrey says, I'm a cancer nurse. If shimmery shadow highlights your eye wrinkles, that's a gift that you were able to make it to that age. I love that, Audrey. And bless you for being a cancer nurse. Like, I can only imagine the stress and how important you are to those people. So thank you so much, Audrey, for everything that you do. Yeah, Darky's Makeup and Science says, I love pronouncing my edges, my angles and shadows using contour and bronzer just makes my face look extra sharp. And your face lends itself very well to contouring, like just in because I watched a video on your YouTube channel as well. And I feel like you really, like the way that you highlight, contour your cheekbones really makes your cheekbones pop. And it looks beautiful on you. Darky's Makeup and Science is exactly the channel that you would expect it to be, but she gets into like real sciencey stuff, like real science. If you are a science geek, she does that. Habit says, since I gained some weight, I don't know how to contour anymore because I lost my defined cheekbone and jawline. I just bronze now. See, that makes sense to me too, because my weight has been fluctuating a little bit. So maybe that's why. That like, because you get used to your face at a certain, as a certain shape. And when you gain or lose weight, your face shape changes. So maybe that's why. That might be it. Interesting. Sandra says, did you see Rob Beauty Christie do a video about the filters to determine where contour and brow line should be placed? It was a fascinating process. I need to watch that. I have not watched that, but I have heard that exists. I did not see that Christie made a video about it though. How did I miss that? I don't know. I need to watch that. I love me some Rob Beauty Christie. She's amazing. I just sent her a box of marshmallows. And she sent me a Marco Polo message last night of her eating my white chocolate raspberry marshmallow. And she said that Zach really liked the blueberry ones. And she's so sweet. She's amazing. I love her so much. Just a genuinely good person, Just, ugh. All right, we have 5 minutes left. So what are some of the things that you never did or you did and you abandoned? Mary says, well, never will do fake lashes. I never thought that I would until I got on YouTube, and then I realized how good they looked on camera. And that's when I started using them. I'm not wearing them today, obviously, but for like what's up in makeup, I do the fake lashes. But I feel like it's one of those things where you either feel like you want to or you don't, and I don't feel like everybody needs them. But if you are interested, and not you necessarily marry because you said you never will, and I'm not trying to push you. But if you ever are interested in doing fake lashes, get the lightest, smallest, tiniest ones that you can find as your starter lashes. And make sure they're ones that look like they can bend easily, like the ones with the clear bands. Ardell sells them. They're amazing. They're so much easier to use than the ones with like the thick bands. But if you put on lashes, even if they look small in the store, like they're going to look huge on your eyeballs the first time you try to use them. They're going to look gigantic. So get the thinnest, smallest, tiniest ones that you can find as like starter lashes and just get one pair. Like one, get you some good duo lash glue, and you're good. You're good. But the duo one that's in the tube, not well, at least for me, I've found the one that's in the tube, like the squeezy tube, for me is better than the one that you pull it out and it's got the little brush on the end. But that's just me personally. I know that there's people that like the ones with the brush better. Pandora says, I do light bronzer straight across my nose and cheeks where the sun would hit. I bet that looks beautiful too. All right, I'm scrolling down a little bit. Mrs. Wallard says, I honestly don't use foundation. I wanted to try it, but I just never gravitated towards it when I do makeup. Yeah. And I feel like it's one of those things. If you feel like you don't want to use it, you don't have to. Like, you shouldn't. Absolutely. If you wanted to dabble in it, like going the tinted moisturizer route is probably the way you want to go. But yeah, I feel like sometimes people get scared of something because they'll want to try foundation or they'll want to try lashes and they'll get something really intense first and it'll be too scary and then they'll run away. So yeah, not using foundation. I mean, if you don't need it and you don't like it and you don't want to, that's really interesting. Yeah, Poppy says baking was never for me. I never did baking either. I think I tried it once and it was not good. It was very bad. It did not look good. I never got into that too either. Not too. I never got into that either. Susan says liquid eyeliner. Vision is just not good enough. Plus hands are shaky. Yeah. Did you ever try the well, I guess you'd have to do like all over your lid first. But remember the stamps, the wing stamps? What was that? I remember it was called the kitten stamp. What was that? It was black and it had a purple tip, and I can't remember what it was called right now. My brain is totally spacing on it. But I never liked those. I tried really hard and I used them for a little while, but then I realized I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked because the kitten, the smallest one, was too big. I needed like an infant kitten, not like a 10-week-old kitten. I needed like a newborn size because I like little wings. I don't like I mean, sometimes I can do one a little bit bigger, but they were a little too much for me. Y'all, I'm sure know. I'm scrolling down because I know you guys know. Vamp stamp. Thank you. Thank you. It was the Vamp stamp. I couldn't remember it. I remember I went with Stephanie Nicole when I met up with her in San Francisco, her and Yay or Nay Nicole. She had like an event that she was doing and Vamp Stamp was there. It was Vamp Stamp and Lit Cosmetics that did the glitter. Are they still around? I don't know. But Vamp Stamp was there and they we ended up getting a free stamp. And I think, or no, she got a free stamp. Nicole and I didn't get anything for free, I don't think, if I remember right. Nicole got a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I completely forgot what that was called. Thank you for that. Aw, Heba. Before chat ends, I want to thank you, Jen, for always keeping me company on Sundays. Sunday is the first day of the week here in Egypt, kind of like your Mondays, so I watch chat while working. Oh, I'm happy that you're here. That makes me so happy. And I saw someone earlier at the beginning of chat saying, Happy What's Up in Makeup Sunday, and it's like, or Happy What's Up in Makeup Day, and I was like, yay. I like What's Up in Makeup Day. It's a good day. I love coming here and chatting with you, and I love talking about makeup with you because this is like, it's very special. I feel like live chat is very special in that we can really have conversations about things and, and learn from each other. And that's really what I've always wanted my channel to be, was a place where we could just learn from each other and help each other not to buy crap. You know what I mean? So thank you for being here. Yeah, Marla says Marlena taught us all how to make a single mid-tone shadow look like multiple shadows. She concentrated the shadow close to her lash line with the same brush and started blending it up. Marlena's incredible. She's incredible. I love her so much. All right, I should probably pop off here. It's 11:01. I want to respect your time and the moderator's time, but thank you for being in live chat. This was really fun. No idea what chat will be next week, but we are going to be having it at 5 p.m. next week because it's the first Sunday of the month. So I will be at the Only Farmers Market selling marshmallows in the morning, and I will be here at 5 p.m. So thank you so much for being here, and have a great week. And I will see Mad Love. And I will see you in live chat 5 p.m. next week. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.